What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel for another Kaiju number 8 review. And can I be the first one to say, let the 3rd Division rookies cook. All of them were going absolutely wild in chapter 102, dog. Seeing Iharu pull up with the shotgun that had electric bullets, dope. Seeing Kaguragi basically use a jackhammer on a kaiju, brolic, dog. But I'm not gonna lie to you, Izumo's bow is really cool, but Izumo as a character, I'm sorry y'all, but we're pushing a new agenda on this channel. Izumo is a whack character, the most fake pretty boy that I've ever seen. You're so frail-bodied, bro. And if Izumo's one of your favorite characters, I'm sorry, but that's not the agenda that we pushing out here. But on top of that, I was very happy to see Ogata come back into the story, man. Ogata is one of those characters that honestly feels very reminiscent to some of the coaches that I had growing up. Some of the teachers that you got looking out for you whenever you start messing up in school or wherever you just need that little bit of advice. That one teacher that's always got your back, bro. Or that one coach that's always just watching you a little bit more than they're watching everybody else because they truly want to look out for you. And there's something about Ogata in this series that's so calming, bro. Really is that true, genuine person in this series, and I was hyped to see him get Iharu lit the way he did. But, as always, I'm getting ahead of myself. Did I just speak English? I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's get into it. So for starters, I apologize about not getting that Ghost of the Reunion Shrine video out last week. I'm not even about to sit here and lie to you. I've been pretty busy. First off, I'm training for a triathlon right now. And then second off, I picked up a pre-owned game from GameStop last week called Octopath Travelers. And I have been utterly obsessed with this JRPG for the last week. So I promise you, I will get that Ghost of the Reunion Shrine video out for y'all in the next week. But even then, don't rush me because on the Dofi Days channel, I pull the strings, bro. But chapter 102 starts off with Iharu being very proud of his dog Reno for clearing that path for Kafka. At this point, he says, hey, Reno's done his job, so now it's my turn. And you can just see how anxious Iharu is to finally go in and attack this daikaiju by himself. The last time that we saw Iharu, he was barely pushing, what was it, like 47% in that training? So he has to go from pushing those kind of numbers to being able to take out a daikaiju. Not only that, again, I remind you, Iharu and Reno were struggling to take out a honju. Now he is upgraded to trying to take down a daikaiju. Of course, my dog is going to be a little bit nervous, and it makes sense. But the person that he was telling that he was nervous to was Ogata. And he actually didn't even need to tell Ogata that he was nervous, bro. Ogata could just tell by the lack of words from Iharu that, hey, bro, you're a little bit nervous, aren't you, man? But in a situation like this, you're gonna make mistakes. You're new to this. This is your first time versing a daikaiju. But I have equipped you with everything that you need to know to be able to take out one of these monsters. And at this point, bro, the least that you can do is just get a little bit of skill out of this, bro. And I think that just hearing the way that Ogata talked to Iharu, man, it got me lit. And it was just so reassuring, bro. It's like that first time that you're doing a drill and you keep on messing up that drill whenever you're in PE class or whenever you're learning a new sport. And that one coach just knows how to explain that drill to you perfectly so that you know how to do that drill from that point out. You never mess it up again, because you had that one-star coach that really knew how to teach, bro. And that's what Ogata is to me. He really taught Reno how to control himself and be able to use this number 6 suit. That's why Mina really trusted Ogata to train Reno and Iharu, because even Mina knew how great of a teacher Ogata really is, man. So I was really hyped / happy just to see how reassuring Ogata still is, bro. And after he got done giving that speech, we basically saw Iharu go Super Saiyan real quick and pull out a shotgun from that suitcase that was on his back. And dog, Iharu with the shotgun just makes sense. I was thinking at first that it was gonna be like a hammer or something like that, maybe a grenade launcher because he's so explosive in personality, but a shotgun is very Iharu-like, bro. In your face and you're not going nowhere. And honestly, one of my favorite parts about this chapter was the following parts after he pulled out the shotgun. He immediately charged in towards that daikaiju, and Ogata was like, wait, he's actually taking a plunge? And the daikaiju smacks Iharu down into the ground, and Ogata's like, oh my gosh, man, like, I failed my student. But it was just like a funny moment. And the reason that I think it was one of my favorite moments of the chapter is because it just feels very reminiscent to like early in the series, bro. Early whenever it be times like Reno's carrying Kafka on his shoulders and Hoshina is literally crying, laughing, watching how they are trying to get through this examination. And it just, I don't know, it's almost like Kaiju B-side is almost bringing Matsugoto back to his roots, bro. It feels like we haven't had any kind of like light moments like that in a while. We do have like breaks in the tension, but no moments where it's just like, hey, this is still funny at the end of the day. There's still fun that can be had in even the most tense of moments. And at the same time, it was also wild to see Iharu take that shot, but still get right out of that rubble, immediately go above that daikaiju's head. He was only at 24% whenever he was first moving, and by the time that he placed himself above that daikaiju, we saw Iharu go into a flashback, where we see that this quick in the zone or flash adapter, aka Kokusin Black Flash, is what Ogata wants to teach Iharu. Once you are just in the zone for a second, basically, you are going to be able to pull a lot more out of your muscles than what you would have been able to do previously. And even the way that Ogata explained it to Iharu was kind of funny to me, bro. He said, hey, Iharu, look, because of the way that both of our brains are set up, aka we ride the short bus, we can't really have our continuous unleashed combat percentages at its peak. We can only do it for short bursts. So I'm going to teach you how to use this flash adapter technique. And if you learn it correctly, you will even be able to surpass Ichikawa's abilities. And we saw Iharu get all the way up to 88% as he took that shotgun blast shot straight to that daikaiju. And then those electric shells that just generated electricity from within, bro. I was like, come on, Iharu. I'm sick of the disrespect. One of the few panels that I've even colored recently because I love Iharu as a character so much, dog. And to see all of his training come to fruition like this made me so happy for our big dog. Not only that, but Iharu took out a daikaiju by himself. I'm not saying that Izumo couldn't or Kaguragi couldn't, but they had to team up to take out a daikaiju right after Iharu did. Iharu did that by himself, bro. Round of applause to our dog, man. Round of applause to our pink-haired dog. But also, right after we saw Iharu, we immediately go over and see Izumo saying, well, hey, Iharu did pretty good, man, so I can't let him leave me in the dust. And he shoots a shot of his arrow at the daikaiju. We end up seeing that his arrows that he shoots from it is actually a toxinizer type of arrow. It shoots basically poison, right? And we saw that daikaiju's whole body literally being spread throughout with whatever poison gas hit it or whatever poison substance hit it, right? And afterwards, Kaguragi just lands down on top of that daikaiju's head and uses his jackhammer to just decimate the thing to shreds. Hype. But at the same time, bro, I understood what Keiji Itami meant when he said, this is amazing. This is exactly what Hoshina said. This is what our rookies, our third division rookies are capable of. We've never seen anything like this before. And in any other moment, I would just be awed right now. But we still have hordes on hordes on hordes of daikaiju that we have to take out. And there's no way that we can take them all out. By the time that we get done taking out more, there's already some coming up from another side, right? And then Narumi finally lets us know what I had already been theorizing this whole time. I said from the get-go that I thought that these daikaiju might just be like more so mindless and remote controlled. And that's exactly what Narumi confirmed for us this chapter. He used his daikaiju eyes and ended up seeing that all of these glowing white daikaiju don't even really have brains, bro. They are more or less just being controlled, remote controlled off probably some sort of like brain impulse or some sort of core that is stationed somewhere else that they are getting orders from number 9 or another daikaiju from, right? There's still a couple of daikaiju that we saw way back before the war started that we still haven't even seen yet. So maybe that's one of the kaiju that's controlling these, or again, maybe the big glowing white daikaiju that we saw in the forest before is like the mother body. But Narumi kept on saying that if we stop kaiju number 9, then naturally we will automatically stop these glowing white daikaiju because they're not going to be getting that signal anymore, right? Now, there are two things to point out here. I don't know how I feel about Narumi using those eyes that quick, bro. We got to keep in mind that Narumi's brain was literally, like, I'm not making this up. Narumi's brain was starting to malfunction from using those evolved kaiju number 1 eyes too much. Now, he did give us a lot more information that we can use against kaiju number 9, but at the same time, Narumi, how long can you maintain using these eyes? Especially if part of your plan is to pull up to number 9 and to help Mina, bro. The last words that we saw Narumi say was, hey, I have to get over there and save Mina, bro. Her younglings, bro, her fledglings are fighting too hard for Mina to be eaten and absorbed by kaiju number 9 right here. He has to make it in time. And Keiji says, what if you don't make it? And Narumi said, if I don't, then Tokyo's going to fall. Just like number 9 said, dog. And seeing that last panel of Mina being eaten, bro, it was very realistic. Or not realistic, it was very, like, I guess we just haven't seen Mina in a second, bro. Like, realistically speaking, it has been over a month since we've even, like, seen Mina like that. So it was just crazy to see her, like, fully being absorbed like that again, and just to reiterate the fact that, hey, 9 has this cocoon fully closed up and is basically assimilating with Mina at this point, bro. Like, this is real. This is real. And I like that this chapter really spanned across, like, different spots in the battlefield right now. We didn't just stay on Iharu and Izumo and Kagaraki. We got to see Gen. We got to see Mina. We got to see number 9. And you fully get to grasp how serious the situation is right now, dog. And sheesh, bro. Narumi is going to have those eyes malfunctioning again. Even if he pulls up the 9 and he stops him from doing the absorption. How long can you fight against kaiju number 9 with those eyes, bro? We just saw how down bad he was. How long can Hoshina hold out? Even if Kafka pulls up, I understand that Kafka is relatively fresh. But hey, the last time that Narumi and Kafka teamed up to fight number 9, and number 9 wasn't even fully complete, bro. His body was falling apart. He was scrapping Narumi and Kafka. So this fight is not going to be easy. And even in our Discord earlier, one panel that sticks with me in this series was whenever Narumi grabbed Kafka by his defense force suit and said, Kafka hibino, lend us your power, bro. Lend us your strength. It's almost prophetic for me that Narumi and Kafka are going to be fighting together for a second. This is what we've been waiting for. So this fight with number 9 is going to be lit, bro. But we're not going to be looking good, man. So even if he doesn't get Mina, number 9 is getting something. And somebody in this war is going to be passing away. Who knows who that's going to be? I've always thought that Captain Ogata was somebody that has given me some red flags because he's always talked about how all of his comrades from back whenever he was younger in the Force all died. He's the only one that's still here, bro. Not only that, he loved Hikari and she passed away. Heck, even the technique that he taught the Iharu was so that he could be on ground, on standing ground with Hikari in the heat of battle. So he's just walking that path of why them and why not me, right? Who knows? But we are getting to a very dire point in this war, and somebody is probably going to end up passing or very close to it within the next 15 chapters is what I imagine. And God knows 15 chapters of Kaiju takes a long time, but still, 15 chapters isn't that many chapters, right? So nah, man, another chapter for the books, bro. And like I said, I apologize if I'm not getting the Reuni Shrine video out last week. I will get it out sometime in the next week, I promise y'all. And other than that, man, if you watch this video, as always, arigato gozaimasu. And other than that, y'all, I will get this edited and posted. So peace.